Hello everyone. And now we are still at the first angle to divide the body in a biomechanical and biochemical structural function. And now in the previous episode I was talking about biomechanical, how the body function based on the biomechanical, which I think is the key of beginning. Now, that was long, but this one is going to be short because a lot of this one you guys can find the internet everywhere, and here you are accustomed. So I'm going to make it short. Now, biochemical activity, dividing in the body, as I said, biomechanical activity and biochemical activity. So I just divide the body, from that angle of activity. Structural activity. Now, so the second one is all the metabolic activity throughout the body. See what happened. Whatever food gets through the mouth is digested over there, as I said before. Now, the digestion happened partially due to the saliva, which is the chemical activity. Now goes in the stomach. The stomach over there is the stomach juice, which also continue dividing of the whatever food that we get in to process it, and just goes into the liver. The liver is the one that is responsible, is a laboratory of the body, and over there everything is distributed, is divided in everything that we can think of. It's over there just lipids go in their way, the protein goes in their way, carbohydrates carbs go in their way. Then over there is also separated iron, calcium, magnesium, zinc, and everything that you can think of. And from here just goes throughout the body to transported by the blood, right? To be used in function of various organs, and those are converted into the energy. See, like as I said, like a muscle fiber go there, is going to be processed, and is going to be part of it transform and change into the energy, and the rest of it is going to be eliminated as a toxin, so as a waste that not being used. Well, the same thing goes all over. But the first nice thing is that, as I said, that when you breathe in, the oxygen gets into the lungs. From the lungs it gets into the blood through the alveoli in the capillary, and from there gets to the heart. This is a different apparatus, goes to the heart, and the heart picked up those the blood, the oxygenated blood, and sent throughout the body. So through the artery, send it throughout the body, and is going to be used again in the metabolic activity together with whatever things received from the liver. It's very interesting. So the blood is like a transporter, like a train that puts things over there and is moved in through the red cells, is moved like they are wagons. They are moved throughout the body, and they go to various organs and unload whatever nutrients brought in order to be used in a metabolic activity to extract energy from it, and then the waste is taken, and so and so and so. It's taken and eliminated through the excretory apparatus. So this is the metabolic activity. Now, if something doesn't go proper, if the liver doesn't function proper, of course, then whatever is sent out from the liver through the carried by the blood in various places, of course appear some problems, some dysfunction. Now with something problem with the heart, of course the heart doesn't pump proper, so that means the oxygen doesn't go all over the places. It doesn't go to the scenes where is necessary, to those cells where oxygen is necessary for the metabolic activity. You see, that is a body's metabolism. It's very complex and it's complicated, but the fact that it's complex, it's very beautiful, very interesting. Now here we have a very interesting mechanism I just want to share with you. The immune system, right? Which it's very he received the chemical from the transported by the blood in the same way, right? So the blood brings there all the substances which the immune system creates. Thus antibodies. Antibodies goes in various places where they are, where they go there for some help. There is some problem there, but there is some mistakes here. You heard a lot of autoimmune disorder. So sometimes those cells go some places and instead of doing good, does bad. Then you use the inhibitory substances to inhibit the activity of immune system. Well, it's very complex and very nice way to look at the body, and medical science it came out with all the kind of drugs which are very helpful to those kind of problems. Now you see how how complicated it is. The brain sent a message to those immune system which manufactured antibodies that they are needed in some place. So receive a wrong message that are needed there, actually they are not needed there, and they go there and they cause more problems than supposed to. So that called that inflammatory process. So antibodies goes in one place over there, because they are large bodies, the blood vessel has to expand to let those big antibodies, those big cells to enter. And of course that creates reddish and creates some pain, because to stretch those vessels much is a little painful. Now unfortunately some of those they go there because they have a short life. They die after a few hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever. And they pile up, and until they are removed from there, they create swelling, they create, that's the way it happens often, infections, because those antibodies, they enter in a putrefaction stage. They start deteriorating chemically, and they just create those kind of anyway, problems. You see, so that is the metabolic activity. When the cholesterol gets high, that means the liver doesn't work proper. So now, of course, the conventional way to take some drugs to really work against the cholesterol, but the best way, the greatest way, is just to see what is wrong with the liver and treat the liver. But it's very complicated. This is very complicated. The medical science tries to simplify things to make it easier and make it simple. But people who really want to go the right way, they look for the right things, for a right method, and they can get tremendous help to really restore the liver's function. See, the same thing with the gallbladder. Often they are stone over there, so gallstones. So often that grows, they are sediments which come from the liver, and because the gallbladder, again I come back to the mechanical activity, so the walls doesn't push out those sediments, and they grow up and they get big, and then you have to really remove the gallbladder, because it cannot function. The stones, whatever, the deposit, the sediment got so big. But there is a way that you can eliminate, you can prevent, not only prevent, that you can help when those things are small, so don't need to eliminate. This is a game. I just go back to to my favorite area is because the biomechanical activity doesn't do the proper way. You see that's very simple. Probably you guys don't know, but actually let me talk about high blood pressure in the next episode, because it's very interesting and it's very nice to know. It's something, a game which is not known and nobody talks about, but it's very, very wonderful and very simple things. Again, you have to look back into the mechanical activity. So this is the biochemical activity. So it's the metabolic activity throughout the body. But again, as I said, that it's all of any organ has its own biomechanic activity, which is specific for each organ based on its function, right? They are all based on their prior brother, which is the mechanics. Sorry to go back to the mechanics. So biochemical activity is results of chemical activity on specific organs, and specific organs is helped by the movement, by the mechanics. That's the way that the body functions from my point of view. So I always focus on treating and helping any patient, removing or eliminating or restoring the body in any situation or disease affected by the mechanics. So it's always I have access. If you know the right way and if you do the right things, you have a success of at least 95–96%. Okay, guys, so that was short. I didn't bore you much with this one because it's because you just see this in internet. Actually, here you can find all the activity, biomechanical activity being influenced by the pharma, by the medicine, which unfortunately, the medical conventional kind of limit to this part. Is nothing wrong, but it's totally not enough. But it's okay. So each drug you take is a chemical compound which influence big biochemical activity. Biochemical activity on the specific organs, which it's addressed. So this is the part where the drugs, they just are used in order to help the biochemical activity specific to some organs, to some hormonal segment, and etc. So I think that's all for this one, because there is much to talk, but it's not need, because it's easy to find everywhere, and since you all take drugs, take medicine, then probably you are very knowledgeable into this one. Okay, guys. Now we're going to look at a different way to different angle to look at the human body. Take care until next time. Bye bye.